Could you?
What are you doing here?
Are you on your own?
Worried about Ashley, are you?
He isn't here, is he?
He deserves better than this.
Mum!
No, he isn't. But he could walk in any minute. He does live here, remember? He sleeps in this bed!
Can I explain? At least let me try.
I'm not interested in your excuses. You make me sick. The pair of you.
Mum! Mum!
What is she going to do?
You should have seen Carol's face when I told her about the prawns. She looked like she'd bitten a wasp.
I understand you're enjoying your moment of revenge, my sweet. But we can put all that behind us now, can't we?
Well, she had it coming to her after all the things she said about you.
Yeah, maybe she did. But I think it's time to draw a line under all that now, don't you?
It's a matter of principle.
Vivian, it's finished. You don't want me to get cross with you now, do you?
Of course not.
Right, so let's hear no more about it. We've got our future to look forward to. That's much more important, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Why don't I take you over to the Woolly tonight for a meal? You, me and Donna. Celebrate us being together. What do you say?
I thought we were going to be careful about money.
Yeah, we can skip the starter, have the main course, and then come back here for the sweet.
Go on, then.
Sam Dingle?
Yes, he's our most productive worker by some margin.
I'm not making Sam Dingle foreman. He'd forget who he was if I didn't have to remind him every day.
But we agreed.
Sorry. Out of the question. Who's next on the list?
Someone even more unsuitable, in my opinion. Cynthia Daggett. She's a troublemaker.
Ah, yes, rather a forceful lady with a lot to say for herself. But we could use that to our advantage if we could get her on our side.
Of course, my findings may not be 100% accurate. I could look at productivity a little longer, if you like.
No, that's not necessary. I have absolute faith in your results, and as a senior member of the management team, perhaps you could give Cynthia the good news. Brief her on her duties and so forth.
It's not that bad, you know, really, the smell.
Oh, it is. I can't get rid of it. I feel as though I've got a decayed prawn up each nostril.
Oh, it'll be completely gone by tomorrow morning.
I could murder Viv. I really could. I mean, I'd never do anything like that to an old mate.
Of course you wouldn't. You've got far too much class.
Oh, you are sweet. It does wonders for a girl's morale.
I tell you what, why don't I take you to the Woolpack, buy you a drink? That is, if you can spare the time.
Oh, you won't take much persuading getting me away from here. Just give me 5 minutes.
How about you, Ellen?
No, thanks, Rodney. I've got some letters to write.
Fair enough. Carol, put on some more of that perfume, eh?
Oh, I didn't think you'd notice what with all the other smells in here.
Like I said, it's the class. It shines through.
You can get off now, Jason.
Are you sure?
Yes. I can cope now Bernice is back.
You feeling any better?
Yes.
I thought you must be. Diane said you wouldn't be long.
Did she?
I would have come home myself, but Diane was on her way to see you, and Terry offered to buy me a drink, so here I am.
Gonna get you one, Bernice?
No, I'd better give my mum a hand, thanks.
Don't mind me. Do what you like.
Well, I fancy another. How about you, Ashley?
No, it's my round. Same again, please, Diane.
It's all right, I'll get these, Mum.
Are you sure I can't get you one?
I better not. I've got to work all evening.
You know, that's one of the things I really admire about Bernice. Willpower.
Oh, come off it, Ashley.
It's true, she's just being modest.
So, you gotta get back to work now then?
Oh, not especially. Why?
Well, I thought we could meet Ollie after her exam. Give her a lift, let me do a bit more driving.
Yeah, great. Let's go.
Carlos!
Hiya.
I've had a brilliant day. I think I'm going to really enjoy it.
You what?
College, don't say you've forgotten.
No, of course not. I just had a new recipe going through my head and I was wondering what to do next.
Come on, let's go for a drink and I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, I'm not due in for another hour or so. I was going to go home, chill out for a bit.
Oh, don't be such a misery. It's not as if you'll be working.
Nicola! Did you have a good day at college?
Yeah, it's been great, thanks.
Oh, well done, well done. This calls for a celebration. I'm buying. Come on.
Nice car. Looks like you've been outnumbered. Come on.
Hello, Dad. What can I get you?
Well, in view of the circumstances, I think a bottle of champagne is called for. What do you say, Carol?
Oh, yes, I'm always up for a bit of champagne.
Sorry, you've lost me. What are we celebrating?
Nicola's first day at college.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Nick.
Is
There's no need to make a fuss. It's not exactly brain
You
surgery.
don't put yourself down. You're getting yourself some qualifications. And unless I'm mistaken, you're the first black stock ever to go to college. Am I right, Diane?
I'd say so. I've had to learn from experience, the hard way.
It was different for you and me, though, wasn't it? But for my girls, nothing but the best. They can have anything they want. And that's how it should be.
You said whoever did the most work would be foreman, and that's Sam.
Eric has made his decision and it's final.
And do you agree with him?
That's beside the point.
But you said...
I know what I said. But that was then and this is now. Well, what would you rather we do? Have an interview? Ask Sam to give a 5-minute talk on how he sees the role of foreman.
What?
I'd be delighted if Sam got the job. Just imagine if you had a grievance. Think how eloquently he'd represent your case to management.
It's still not right.
Just get back to work. Leave me to have a quick word with Cynthia.
Come on, Sammy.
So I'm not foreman then?
No.
What is a foreman?
You don't share Lisa's scruples, then?
I'd do a better job than Sam, and you know that as well as I do.
That depends on your definition of a good job.
I speak my mind. Always have done.
I expect you to represent the interests of your fellow workers in a responsible manner.
Do you?
I'll also expect you to take the wider view, see things from a management perspective.
That depends.
But you agree with my point in principle?
I didn't say that.
Let's see how it goes. We can review the situation in a week or so.
And you can review my wages straight away.
I didn't say anything about a pay rise.
More responsibility, more money. It's only right.
I'll have a word with Eric.
Just tell him. Use your influence.
I'm making no promises.
So, Ollie, how was the exam?
It's okay.
She's being modest. She did really well.
And how would you know?
Well, you told me all the answers you gave. You didn't get one wrong.
Oh, right. And what do you know about Harry?
Hey, steady on. You won the prize once at Sunday school, did you, Dad?
Did I?
Yeah. It was for the worst attendance record in 20 years.
Take no notice of him.
And how was your driving?
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't scream once.
Praise indeed.
Oh, he's doing well. You ready for your test? No problem.
Yeah, Dad was real help. Dead calm, not like you.
Watching.
Your mum and I wondered if you fancied eating at the Woolly tonight.
Yeah?
Oh, well, good, because we booked a table.
I'd best get off. Let you get ready.
Why don't you come with us?
Oh, well, you don't want me there, do you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, go on, Dad.
Are you sure?
Don't push your luck, son.
Yeah, OK. Great. What time shall I meet you?
Come and have a cup of tea. We'll all go together.
I'd like that.
I told my tutor I'd start with bar work because that's what I've been doing. But there's nothing to stop me going on and working in the kitchen if I want. I can be assessed on that as well.
That sounds perfect with these two to help you.
That's just what I told him. He said it was ideal.
You'll have to watch out, Bernice. She'll be off to your job before you know it.
I like the sound of that.
Don't go putting ideas into her head, Ashley.
You know what I feel like when I finished a bottle of champagne?
What?
Another one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not all I feel like.
Why don't you come and sit down, love? You know them bubbles go straight to your head.
I'm just talking to Rodney.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's got the message, hasn't he?
You heard what the lady said? At the bottle.
I don't know why you're wasting your money.
I'm pleased for Nicola, and I'm proud of her. What's wrong with that?
She's just a kid. She knows nothing about nothing.
She's trying to make something of her life, like Bernice. You should be pleased. They get on as if they've known each other all their lives. They both got blokes who worship the ground they tread on. Why can't you be happy for them? Diane!
Go to hell!
Mum?
What did I say?
Mum!
I don't know how I managed to keep quiet in there. Having to watch you and Carlos smiling and laughing as if everything was normal.
What else could we do?
I should have told Ashley and Nicola, put them out of the misery. You wouldn't. Don't you think they've got a right to know what a treacherous, conniving little liar you really are?
You can say what you like about me, but don't do anything to hurt Nicola and Ashley, please.
You should have thought about that before. I know. I've known about it for weeks, really. I've seen the two of you together. I could tell. But I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. And you of all people, after what happened with Tony and Gavin. Do you remember what it felt like after they betrayed you?
I tried to fight it, so did Carlos.
You felt sick and worthless, didn't you? Like you'd been kicked in the stomach. And you blamed yourself, not them. You thought you must be rubbish. Why else would they cheat on you?
All right, you don't need to remind me.
And you do that to Ashley.
I didn't have any choice. I couldn't help myself.
That's exactly what your father said just before he left us. I've heard them all, Bernice. Every excuse in the book. It was her eyes. It was the wine. It was meant to be. It was an irresistible force. She came onto me. I couldn't help myself. You'd have done the same in my place. It was just sex. Have I left any out?
Stop it!
They sound hollow, don't they? Like putting wrapping paper round rotten meat. You can't hide the truth.
I am trying to explain what happened, but you're not giving me the chance.
I almost felt sorry for Rodney in there. Buying champagne, boasting about his girls, telling everyone how wonderful they are. If only he knew.
You can't blame him for what I've done.
I bet it was exciting, wasn't it? He's a good-looking bloke, is Carlos. You knew you shouldn't, but what the hell? Just be the once. No one needs to know. But they do. The innocent bystanders, they find out and they get hurt. And the hurt never goes away. And now history's repeating itself. So I'll blame who I damn well like.
All right, that's enough! I feel terrible. You can't make me feel any worse. You might be my mother, but you do not have the right to lecture me like this. You're not exactly perfect. Just remember how you treated Alan.
That was completely different.
You saw Jack behind his back. You hurt him.
But I love Jack. It's not a stupid little fling like you and Carlos. That's all it is, isn't it? Oh, no.
Some of us have to work. Take care.
Bye. Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, sure.
If there was something bothering you, you would tell me. You can trust me, you know.
I'm not sure I deserve you.
Why not?
You know I really care about you, don't you?
Yeah.
Well...
Hey, hope we'll have less of that. Come on, you should be pulling pints, not canoodling.
Yeah, I had hoped you'd be cooking. We've got a table booked for 6.
Yeah, no problem. There might be a slight delay. Bernice and Diane are a bit tied up at the moment, so I've got to hold the fort here myself.
Well, I'll take over if you like.
No, don't bother, love. There's no rush. I have time for an extra pint or two, eh?
What's everybody having?
Pint, please.
Yep.
You two go find a table. I'll bring the drinks over.
Can I have an orange juice, please?
Of course you can.
Bob, bring some menus over. I want to see if they got prawns on tonight.
Cheeky cow. Got a good mind to give her a slap.
Don't you dare.
What were you going to say to me before?
I wanted to apologise for being in such a bad mood. Just having a bad day, that's all.
Sure.
Positive.
You're telling me you love Carlos?
I don't know.
Do you feel the same way about him as you do about Ashley?
No, they're different, aren't they?
He's a good man, is Ashley. He'd do anything for you, and that counts for a lot.
Don't you think I know that?
He'd be devastated if he ever found out what's happening.
I don't want him to know. I don't want him to get hurt. I still love him.
Enough to stay married to him?
Well, I haven't really thought about leaving him, if that's what you mean.
Well, something's got to give. You can't carry on as you are.
I know.
If you're not ready to call time on your marriage, you've got to finish with Carlos.
I've told myself that 100 times, but I can't.
I can understand how you got involved with him, you know.
Can you?
You were so upset after the miscarriage. Maybe somewhere inside you blamed Ashley for what had happened. Felt trapped because you couldn't have the thing you wanted most, so you turned to Carlos. I can see the attraction.
But I had feelings for Carlos before I lost the baby. I don't just mean I fancied him. It was more than that.
Are you sure you're not trying to justify what you did?
No.
You don't know him like you know Ashley. He can't give you the things that Ashley can.
That's the whole point. He gives me something else.
And does he feel the same way about you? How can you be sure he's not using you?
Ages ago, Before anything happened between us, I tried to kiss him. I made the first move. And he backed off. He said no.
Well, that doesn't make him a saint. Could just mean he's smart.
Even if he were using me, like you say, it wouldn't make any difference. Every time I see him, I want to touch him. I want to feel his hands running through my hair, over my body. I can't switch it off. It's not that simple.
What a mess.
I'm sorry.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Look, Carl starts cooking soon. I'm starving.
So what's new? You're always starving.
No, I'm not.
Do you remember the fruit bowl?
Ah, yeah.
It was the first time he took you out for a meal. You're only little. For pudding, you had fresh fruit. So they brought you the bowl and left it on the table. You're only supposed to take one piece, but you had 2 apples, 2 pears, an orange and a banana.
You have me on, aren't you?
Afraid not. I distinctly remember clearing up the sick.
You see, it's official. You are a pig.
You get lost.
Here, have a crisp.
What are you laughing at? Nothing.
Have you seen those two?
Pathetic, isn't it?
I've had enough. I could knock their heads together.
Hey, as soon as you got your drinks, come and join us.
You're on.
Large scotch, please, Carlos, and an orange juice.
Oh, look who's here, son. The man who cheated you out of your rightful job.
Leave it, Zach.
Knowledge has got to be said. Our Sam is the best worker in that factory. And if Pollard weren't such a lying rat, he'd have made him foreman.
Evening, Mr. Pollard.
3 pints, please, Carlos.
Hey, I was here before you.
Yeah, me and all.
Is Benny still in the back with Diane?
Come on, Carlos, get him.
Oh, shut up, the lot of you!
I beg your pardon. Hey, do you want me to come and give you an hand?
No, I want you to get out my face!
You're not fit to work behind the bar. You should be in the back there out of public view.
And don't you talk to me like that, because I'm not one of your sweatshop skivvies!
I wouldn't employ you. I've got standards.
Shall I go and get Bernice?
No!
There's no need to shout at Ashley.
Sorry. Nicola, why don't you come and help me behind the bar? Ashley, I'm really sorry. That's all right. I can see you're under pressure. Mr. Pollard. Sir. A large whiskey and an orange juice.
Yes, if it's not too much trouble, thank you.
Hey, I've been there, mate. Don't let it get to you.
Easier said than done.
If I hadn't bumped into Ashley, it would have been him barging in on you, not me.
I know.
You've got to decide. I can't do it for you.
I've told you. I know what I should do. I should finish with Carlos. If Ashley finds out, it'll destroy him.
That's not a good enough reason.
I still love Ashley. I do, really. And I want to stay married to him. I can see myself telling Carlos, and I'm sure he'd agree it's the right thing to do. But I know that I'd lie awake every night thinking about him. And as soon as I got the chance, I'd be back in bed with him again.
In that case, you'll have to go away.
I can't.
You certainly can't stay around here. Not after what you've just told me. You need to get right away from here, then perhaps you'll be able to decide what it is you want to do.
But what's Ashley going to think if I suddenly announce I'm going away?
We'll find a way of telling him. There's no alternative, Bernice. You've got to go.
I'm delighted to have opened the factory. Anything that brings jobs into the village has to be a good thing.
Well, some of us have to be out there taking risks, creating wealth for you lot, huh?
And you feel confident it's going to succeed?
We both feel very positive about the future, don't we, Eric?
Yes, we do.
Splendid. I'm very pleased for you.
It's going to be ages before we get our food. Carlos is still serving drinks.
Well, I'll go and put our order in. Make sure we're near the front of the queue.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, you might not be foreman, son, but you're holding down a job and making a significant contribution to the Dingle pot. I'm right proud of you.
Are you?
Oh, aye. Can't wait to tell Ken when he gets back next week. It's not his kind of work, but he's bound to be impressed.
You reckon?
Oh, aye. You looking forward to seeing him?
Suppose.
Me and all. Not same without him.
Same again, Bob. Donna. Ladies.
I'm not drinking with her.
Feelings mutual?
If you're going to be like that, let's forget that drink. Donna, Fen's got the pictures. Get a bite to eat there.
Suppose so.
That's a good idea, Bob.
Oh, yeah. What are we going to see?
You're not going to see anything.
Neither are you.
No, we're going to leave the pair of you sat here sulking like a pair of overgrown schoolgirls.
You're not going to let him talk to me like that.
I told you before, it's time to put the past behind us.
Bob's right, Mum. It's gone on long enough. Can't you just say sorry and shake hands or something?
In your dreams.
Right, let's get going then.
Just a minute. Don't go.
I suppose we have both made our points.
I suppose so.
Good. Right, so there'll be no more talk of prawns then.
I won't, if she won't.
And just to be on the safe side, nobody ordered fish for dinner. Any sort of fish.
Good idea.
So, does that mean we're not going to the pictures then?
No, yeah, it was just a ploy. What they call a sprat to catch a mackerel.
About time I know we've been rushed off our feet, haven't we, Carlos?
We've managed. You all right, Diane? You seemed a bit upset.
I was. But we've had a good chat and put things right, haven't we, Pet?
Yes.
We've both been so busy. It's ages since we had a good natter. Curse of running a pub, I suppose. You get sucked in and it's hard to break away, isn't that right, Bernice?
Mum thought I could do with a holiday.
You've been so stressed lately, you don't know whether you're coming or going.
I think it's an excellent idea. I'm still waiting to hear if anyone can cover for me.
It's a bit late for that, Ashley. You'll probably think I'm interfering, but I think she needs to get away on her own. So we've phoned Paul in Sorrento and she's flying out tomorrow.
What?
Got a problem with that, Carlos?
You don't mind, do you, Ashley?
No. The break will do you the world of good.
We can have a holiday a bit later on, you know, when you can get some time off.
Yes, I'd like that.
Hope you have a great time.
I'm sure she will. Now, why don't you get back to the kitchen, where you belong, and we can all get back to normal.